As we continue in John's Gospel, the overall passage to read today is from John 4, verse 43 through chapter 5, verse 15. In those first 15 verses of chapter 5, we have the story of Jesus healing a man who is lame, and he does this on the Sabbath, which causes pushback and criticism. I want to focus, though, on the man who is healed. We're told in verse 5 that he had been ill for 38 years. Now, I know that some of you who watch these videos have been coping with chronic physical conditions, in some cases for a number of years, and it's incredibly frustrating and disappointing and aggravating. And so you can certainly relate to this man who for 38 years has been coping with a physical condition that has not improved or changed. And we certainly hope that all of us who have chronic conditions, that it's not going to be something that we have to deal with for that long. So in verse 6, our verse for the day, it says, when Jesus saw him lying there, he knew that he had been there a long time. And he said to him, do you want to be made well? There's so much in that question. Do you want to be made well? The first thing I would note is Jesus doesn't presume that he knows what the man wants. Sometimes, in our eagerness to help somebody else, we can make a mistake of, let's call it enthusiasm, of thinking we know what would be best for the other person. We know what you need. You just need to listen to me and take my advice, and I'll help you get better, or I'll help you solve the problem. Jesus doesn't presume to know what's best for the man or what the man wants. And so he asked him a question. Do you want to be made well? And we would do well to follow Jesus' example, not to presume, but to ask questions. The second thing is, and again, this is not to blame the victim or anything, but it really also makes the man have to confront his situation. Do you want to be made well? We might think, well, of course I do. I'm so sick of this. I'd give anything to be well. Well, this is also all this man has known for 38 years. To be made well would significantly and radically alter his life, his daily routine, his sense of identity, change where he was staying, living. Everything would change. And so it's a question we all actually have to wrestle with. Do you want to be made well? Or is the familiarity even of pain and disability or discomfort, as awful as that may be, is the comfort and familiarity of it grown so matter of fact that we can't contemplate breaking out of it and being well or whole? The sick man in the story doesn't immediately say yes. He actually gives excuses. And then Jesus says, stand up, take your mat, and walk. And at once he was made well. I pray, especially for those of you coping with long-term chronic issues, that God's healing and power and love and peace would be with you today.